Welcome to Bugs That Broke the World, the podcast that dives into software failures with devastating consequences. Today, we're talking about a bug that didn't just cost money, it cost lives. This is the story of the Therac-25, a medical radiation machine, and the software flaw that turned it into a deadly weapon. Between 1985 and 1987, at least 6 cancer patients received massive radiation overdoses during treatment with the Therac-25 machine. Some experienced painful burns, others died days later from radiation poisoning. What went wrong? It wasn't the hardware. It wasn't a user error. It was a software bug, one buried deep in assembly code. At the core of the problem was a race condition, a situation where 2 parts of the software executed in the wrong order, depending on the exact timing of events. In this case, if a technician quickly entered treatment settings and hit the right keys in just the right sequence, the machine's software would skip safety checks. It would then fire radiation beams 100 times stronger than intended, straight into the patient. And there were no mechanical safety locks. Why? Because the manufacturer replaced hardware safeguards with software, believing the code would be more reliable. They were wrong. By the time the bug was discovered, it was too late. At least 6 patients were overdosed. Some died. Investigations followed, lawsuits were filed, and the incident became a textbook case in software engineering ethics. The bug existed because the code was never formally verified, never stress-tested, and the possibility of failure was underestimated. No logging, no fail-safes, no alerts. This wasn't just a bug, it was a failure of mindset. Here's what it teaches us. Safety-critical systems must be verified at every level: software, hardware, and human interaction. Never replace physical safeguards with untested code. Software is powerful, but it's not infallible. Test beyond the happy path. Real-world users move fast, make typos, and don't wait for your code to catch up. Race conditions thrive in that chaos. The Therac-25 case is still taught in universities today, not as a bug fix, but as a warning. Software isn't just code, it's a responsibility. And in safety-critical environments, every untested assumption is a potential tragedy. Thanks for listening to Bugs That Broke the World, brought to you by Software Testing Trends. Stay sharp, stay ethical, and always test like lives depend on it. Because sometimes they do.